Good morning, Nez Nation. Welcome to another episode of Nez Nation Live Office Hours with yours truly. In this video, you're going to learn everything you need to know about how to start, grow, and scale an online business, advance your career, build your online presence. It's Nez Nation Live, y'all. You know what you need to do. You need to smash that smash button and come on back. Hello. Welcome to another episode of Office Hours with yours truly. Let me get my mic all situated here. How is everybody doing this morning? I hope you're doing really well. You know what you need to do as you come on in. Welcome to the live stream. We go live every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. to Pacific time, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. A lot of coffee today, so Nez is pumped. If you're new to this show, this is a show where you can literally, it's an Ask Me Anything, a live Q&A. I am a personal branding coach, executive career coach, business owner. I've been in the online game, in the, brick and mortar business game for over 2 decades, as well as online. What I basically do is I help people just like you, and I also help businesses brand themselves online so they can earn more, grow faster, and stress less. And this is a show that I love to do. We do this every single Sunday. We're kind of nearing the season finale. I haven't really decided when I'm going to do the season finale because now with everything that's going on right now, we had a plan. Our family had a plan to do a little vacation, kind of in the middle of December here. And when I say vacation, it's kind of like a sort of local vacation. We're just going to go into the mountains here, local in Southern California. But, with everything that's going on and now all the new lockdowns, things are changing. And if I'm going to be locked down, I'm going to be working, okay? And I'm going to be doing my thing. And so I'm not sure I had a plan to do a season finale, but you know what? It's kind of up in the air now, and I don't care. And I'm here for you. And so make sure that if you have any questions, even if you're listening to this, watching this on the replay, podcast listeners, or what have you, leave your comments down below or just hashtag me on Twitter, NezNation, and tag me at Professor Nez if you have any comments or questions. And please share this out. I would love it if you would share this out and smash that smash button, aka the like button, because y'all know sharing is caring. That's right. Sharing is caring. So please share this out. Let's see who's with us here. Silver Fox DJ, how are you? Great to see you. It's your birthday. Oh my God, fantastic. Happy birthday, Darlene. That's fantastic. So great to see you. That's awesome. Thank you for being here on your birthday. Yes, my birthday is at the end of December. So you're December 6th. Is it really today? Like actually today? That's so awesome. Thank you. Sweeney says, I smashed that smash button yesterday. You better believe it. And look who's here, ladies and gentlemen. It's Charlie Dog. Charlie Dog is in the house. How you doing, Charlie? Good to see you. Hope you share this out. Hope you hit that like button. I want to get to at least 50 likes. I want to get to at least 50 likes. Come on, y'all. Hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. Good to see you, George Fisher. Yes. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you, Professor Nez, for all you do. That's absolutely right. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Yes, there is. This is going to pass. This too shall pass. It's a little bit delayed, and I posted something on TikTok yesterday. I'm having a lot of fun with TikTok, y'all. And, I am really... it's a really fun platform. There's a reason why this platform is just skyrocketing and changing people's lives. Hey, good to see you, Neil. I see Neil's here. Fantastic. You guys are going live right now today? You're not going live during my live stream, are you, Neil? For crying out loud. That's terrible timing. That's cool, man. I'm glad to see you guys doing that again. Hopefully, I'll be able to join that or hang out with you guys. Yeah, I'm going to get to your questions. And actually, I did something recently that, you can only really do this if you're subscribed to my channel. So in the community tab, I posted, a kind of thread where you can ask your questions pre the live stream, and you can leave your questions there and I can answer them. I got some really, really great questions that I'd like to answer. And it's real. Okay, that's awesome, Neil. Fantastic. Let me know, man. Keep me posted. That's awesome. I'd love to check that out. I love what a great group of creators. You see, when you come to Nez Nation, you don't just get me. You get all these amazing creators and content creators and business owners, and Neil is somebody I've been very, very proud of. And Neil, I don't know if I've told you, I'm sure I've told you this before, but Neil has really he made a big change to his channel. And I'd like to think that I had a little bit of help in that and inspiration in that. And he's turning his brand. He's really doing great things, doing something that he loves, building an online business, selling, his services, coaching, and other multiple revenue streams. That's what this channel is all about, right? I'm helping you to discover your purpose, communicate your message so you can impact your audience, helping you earn more, grow faster, and stress less. Everything you need to know about storytelling, branding, getting your message out there, learning about this thing called online, learning about this thing called the internet, and the potential for how much money you can make. I mean, it's astronomical. Okay, I'm in my mid 40s. If I would have had this technology in my 20s, I'd be a billionaire by now. There's no doubt about that. I'd be a billionaire. It's just insane. And when I say billionaire, I'm not saying it's all about money. It's just, I mean, I love doing this. This is why I said at the top of the hour that, I don't know if there's going to be a season finale because I don't even consider this work. When I am, and it's work, it's a ton of work. You have to have the right DNA. If you want to start, grow, and scale and make money online, it takes work. But see, I don't mind waking up at 6 o'clock and going to bed at 12 and pretty much working every single hour of the day. Obviously, I have a family and I hang out with my family. I have no problem with work-life balance. I do that, but also I just love doing this. And so, my hand is a perfect example of how hard I work. Is like now I'm starting to get all sorts of issues with, kind of digital nomad syndromes and things like that. But, I'm telling you right now, it's not about money. It's about doing something that you actually love to do. And I know Neil is a great example of that. And so, if you want to ask your questions pre the live stream, you need to subscribe to my channel. You have to subscribe down there. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're not watching this on YouTube or listening to this on YouTube, go to youtube.com/Professor Nez, or just go to my website and you'll see a tab for my LinkedIn channel. But it's really, really cool. I got some great questions. I'll tell you what the meaning of life is. It's very simple. Actually, you know what, Neil? I don't even know if you're joking or not, and I don't really care if you're joking or not. But you know what? This is something that's really interesting to me is, I do get a lot of these questions. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I do get questions like, Nez, what's the meaning of life? And especially from my students who I love, right? I mean, I love you guys too, obviously. But, this was really interesting. And Neil, I don't know if you were serious or not, but Neil asked me, thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate that. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. It's been awesome to see you develop, man. It's been awesome to see you grow, and I can't wait to see you surpass everybody because I know you're just doing amazing stuff. And go check out his channels. So here's the meaning of life in a non-religious way. So Neil asked this question on the community tab that I posted. If you don't know what I'm talking about, so this is I'm going to screen share real fast just so you guys know. I'm on my channel right now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to screen share because I want you to see this, okay? So this is my community tab, okay, right here. And so I posted, hey guys, I'd like to try something different. Leave some of your questions in the comments of this post and I'll answer them on tomorrow's show. And I got a great question from Jay-Z, but Neil asked, can you explain the True Urban Explorer? Go check out his channel. It's an awesome channel. Everything about the van life, DIY, do it yourself, how to really, I mean, it's just awesome. How to live on the road. Everything you need to know about the van life, go check out Urban Explorer. So he says, can you explain the true meaning of life in a non-religious way? Okay. And at first I was kind of like, whatever, get out of here. You're just kidding me, right? You're just putting me on. But actually, this is a really cool question because it's interesting that you said in a non-religious way. I really actually like the way you put that. And so here's what I think is the meaning of life without getting religious or without getting, and it's very, very simple. I think the meaning of life is to experience life. That's what I think the meaning of life is. I don't think it's about being happy. It's not about discovering yourself. It's not about changing the world. It's not about all these things that you need to achieve something. Just experiencing life, everything that it is. I think the gods and the universe wants to experience life through you. What do I mean by that? You have this amazing instrument. You have this amazing vehicle called, being a human being. You've got this amazing existence that is so beyond all the odds that you being here and you like actually existing is beyond logic. I mean, it makes absolutely no sense that you actually came to fruition. I mean, I mean that. I'm not just saying that. It's absolutely phenomenal that you actually exist. The fact that everybody, if you go back hundreds and thousands of years, the fact that literally, if your great, 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 great grandmother would have missed the bus and not met your great, 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 great grandfather, or maybe your great, 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 great grandmother said, I have a headache that one night. I mean, think of all the things I think the odds are something like in the trillions that you exist. Like winning the lottery is 1 in 295 million, I think. Last time I checked. I don't play the lotto at all. Or do I? And, that's 1 in 295 million. I think the odds of being a human being are like trillions. 1 in trillions. I don't know what it is exactly, but it's an insane number. And so, I mean, think about that. Think about that. You have this amazing gift called existence. You have this amazing now, without kind of getting too into it, I think it's to experience. It's to experience love, laughter, depression, sadness, the depths of emotion, the different myriad of emotions. And look at this. Bush 1900 just gave me a stat. Good to see you, Bush 1900. He says it's 1 in 400 trillion. I'm going to trust you on that, Bush, because it totally makes sense to me. It does. So you have this amazing thing called existence. What are you going to do with it? It's the greatest gift. You've already hit the jackpot, y'all. This is why I talk a lot on my channel about getting yourself out of your own way, not letting the dude inside your head win. Who's the dude inside your head? The eternal doubter. That little dude that lives inside every human being whose favorite word is you suck. You can't. You're too this. You're too that. You're too old. You're too young. You're too male. You're too female. You're too whatever. It's all just BS. That's why I talk a lot about that. Why do I talk a lot about that? Because I experienced it. Everything I talk about on my channel and my platform is something tried and true that I have experienced. I don't talk about things that I don't know. You want to talk about business, branding? You want to talk about storytelling, communications? I'm the master. And I don't say that narcissistically. I'm very, very humble. I'm very deeply, deeply humble. I mean, I know that sounds shocking, but I am. There's a lot of things I don't know about, and I don't talk about those things. I talk about the things that I know about, the things that I've experienced. This dude right here, how many of you know, I know some of you know that I suffered from debilitating depression and anxiety as a young man from 18 to 29. I pretty much went through hell with this dude. And I tried every medication on the planet. None of it worked. I listened to every doctor on the planet. None of it worked. This is why I'm such a big believer in Emerson and Whitman, the idea of self-reliance. If you're worried about the government, if you're worried about Joe Biden, you're lost. Only you can take care of you. Only you, okay, can get what you want based on your own efforts, your own dedication, your own commitment, your own work ethic. Only you are somebody you should be relying on. Self-reliance. our great American artists, Emerson and Whitman, talk about self-reliance being the ultimate human principle. I agree with that. So the purpose of life is to experience it first, I think. Then I think maybe it's two parts. Then I think it's to serve others. I truly feel that it's to serve others. Because if you have this, everybody has a talent and a gift. Everybody does. I truly believe that. It's not bumper sticker. I think everybody has something to offer. If you keep that, that's magic. I think that's magic. If you keep that to yourself and you just use it for your own benefit, just to get money or just to serve your own ends, it just doesn't work that way. It's not something that is, it's just not something that's feasible. And so, I really, really, truly believe that giving that to others and serving others. And when I say serving, don't think of that in a negative way or a kind of base way. I don't mean it like that. I mean helping. I mean contributing. I mean participating. I mean sharing. I mean every content creator out there is serving an audience. And maybe serving is not the right word, but helping, inspiring. You should inspire with your gift. You have that gift, whatever that gift is. And so the reason, I think this is so good, Neil, I didn't even really plan on staying on this too long, but this is so good. It's probably more. Yeah, it probably is more. It's really interesting because I love this question, Neil. It seems like, a kind of question that's unanswerable, but I love this question because, I truly believe that this is why my channel starts with discover your purpose. It's not be happy. Happiness doesn't lead to anything, and happiness is an impossibility anyway. Okay? You're not meant to be happy all the time. All these advertisements, all these businesses that say, and doctors and what have you say you should always be happy, all these gurus that say you should always be happy, it's not true. As a matter of fact, nothing would get done if everybody was happy. Usually things that happen, innovation is caused by necessity. Innovation is caused by problems that arise. Innovations solve problems. True businesses solve problems. Content creators that have an amazing brand solve problems. Problems are conflict. Problems are issues, challenges, obstacles. So happiness, forget about it. Purpose is longevity. Don't ever forget this, Nez Nation. Purpose. What is your purpose? For example, I truly believe it is my purpose to do this. It's in my DNA. I was meant to coach, consult. I was meant to help. I was meant to inspire. My father was a professor. I was meant to teach and coach. My grandfather was one of the first superintendents at one of the first charter schools in the country. I was meant to do this. It's in my blood. I live for this. I love it. It puts electricity in my veins to do this, to help people, to inspire people. And so it means everything to me. And that's why I say when you discover your purpose, man, happiness is almost like belittling it. Your purpose is so much bigger than happiness. It's above happiness. It's pure untainted joy to do what you love and to exemplify your purpose. I think that's fantastic. Great to see you, Joe Dexter. No problem, brother. Searching for homes. Congratulations. Luis Mamad. How you doing, Luis? Good to see you. Fantastic. Larry Snow is in the house. Good to see you, Larry. Did you hear my last comment on your post? I'm really interested to talk about that because I got a video coming up about what your channel is about, which I'm really experienced. Maybe we should collaborate or something. Urban Explorer says, everyone's meaning is different. That's why I like the question. Yeah. Neil, I got to be honest, man. I totally thought you were joking. And that's my fault. I don't know why I didn't take it seriously. Probably because I know you so well and I love your personality and I love that you're one of the few people in this world that I can actually joke with and not get offended because we're living in such a cancel culture now. And everybody gets offended by everything. But I know that you, Neil, are somebody I can always joke with and have fun because the one person I take the least seriously on planet Earth is myself. And I think you should too. I think people take themselves way too seriously. The purpose of life is to have fun, enjoy these experiences, and I would dare say this is a bold statement and you're not going to believe me. You can enjoy anxiety. You can enjoy the dark times. You can enjoy depression. You can enjoy the flip side of that coin. If you experience it with neutrality and not make so much out of it and not take it so seriously. Woo! Nez Nation on a Sunday. This is getting deep, y'all. And this is the real deal schlemiel. I love it. It's so good. No, man. I love it. I absolutely love it. What a great question. Please make sure that you leave your questions in the chat down below. If you're just joining us, you're watching Office Hours with yours truly. We've been doing this show now for over a year, just a segment of our Nez Nation live show, which we've been doing for over 4 years. And so I've been in the live streaming game for 5+ years, starting on Periscope. And this last show, Office Hours, is a live Q&A where you can ask me anything. And then we go live every Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It's so great to see you guys. And I know for you guys in the UK, it's not easy to make it here all the time. So I appreciate you guys coming from GMT time over the Atlantic, international. I really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. Bush 1900 says, can you be too self-reliant? Yeah, I think there is such a thing as taking on the whole world by yourself, and some challenges, it all depends. I think some challenges and some obstacles do warrant you reaching out to help. And I think humanity inherently is a helping species. I think we have that in our DNA. We have that in our on our kind of makeup. Is this desired community? We're a mammalian species that are social. We're social animals. So this is why this stuff is so. This is why social media is so huge. We're social animals. It's the real deal. And so it really depends on the challenge. I do believe in reaching out to help, but I don't believe in. It's all moderation, right? Everything is moderation. Too much chocolate is bad for you, right? Too much exercise is bad for you, right? I mean, everything in moderation. And so knowing that balance is the rub. Knowing that balance is the difference. Fantastic. I love it. It's so good to see you guys. I love going live and seeing you guys. How many likes do we have? Have you guys smashed that smash button, AKA the like button? And have you shared this on Twitter? Make sure you tag me if you share this on Twitter or share this anywhere. I would deeply, deeply appreciate it. Okay, leave your questions in the comments down below. And again, I've got a question, a sort of a pre-question before the stream that I want to get to that is so good from Jay-Z. Jay-Z, are you in the house? Let me know, Jay-Z, you're in the house. Are you chilling with Beyonce? Sorry, I had to. Not only do you get business, branding, and mindset, but you get really bad dad jokes. What else do you want out of a live stream, for the love of God? Sweeney says, let's see, we've got 8. Okay, great. Let's get that thing up to 15. Let's get it up to 15. I'm offended by this fact. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. You know, it's so funny because my wife tells me all the time, because I have a kind of bombastic personality. My wife tells me all the time, she's like, you need to chill out, brother. Like, you need to chill out because, you got to be careful now with this cancel culture. I mean, and I just can't live my life like that, And obviously she's not super serious. I mean, she's the love of my life and she knows me better than anybody. And yes, sometimes, just like everybody, we can kind of say things that maybe we should kind of filter a little bit. But I can't live my life like that. And so here's the way I look at it. The more that you're vehemently yourself, you're going to draw the right people. And I don't want people who are going to get offended by everything I say. Those aren't the right people for me. I wish you the best. I don't judge you, but you're not for everybody. You're not for everybody. And so that's more than okay. That's more than okay. So always remember that. And this relates to your business and your brand. Is so many people I see when they're creating content or building their brand and growing their personal brand and their online presence, they're just watered down versions of people, who have already made it, right? People who are well beyond in their career, and it just doesn't come off, and you're just going to get lost, or you're just going to be known for being that watered down version of that brand or business. The more that you embrace you, the more that you embody your weirdness, really love your weirdness and your uniqueness, I should say, that's going to help you stand out. Yes, there's a ton of content out there, especially now with HBO Max and Disney Plus and Netflix. And I mean, it's just going to get more and more. Streaming and content online is going to be, it's already there, right? YouTube, there's tons of YouTube channels. What's going to make you stand out is by you really embracing who you are and being audacious that you have actually something to say and going all in on that. That's the real key right there. Do you know your worth? Ask the question to yourself, Louise says. Many people don't know their purposes in life. They're going through life because it is part of life. Very well said. I love the way you said that. Thank you so much. Beautifully said, Louise. It's great to see you, by the way. I love it. Cheryl Romano, great to see you. I love my weirdness and uniqueness both. Yes. Cheryl, so great to see you. Thank you so much for commenting. I really appreciate that. That is fantastic, and that's very well said. And I think a lot of people have that problem. And I think that's part of the reason why I love my kind of platform because, I talk about mindset and messaging. Really, that's the kind of apex of my brand and my channel here is. And some people might say, well, no, Nez, you need to niche down and just talk about business or just talk about online branding or personal branding and not talk so much about anxiety and mindset. And I say, no, you cannot separate the two. Because if you don't really understand that your internal validation is what sprouts everything else in your life, your internal game, your inner game is what helps you with everything else in your life, is what helps perpetuate and propel your success in every other artery of your life, it's going to be a real difficult road. It's not about likes. It's not about subscribers. It's not about followers. It's not about fancy logos. It's not about any of those external indicators. It's your inner game. If you remember what Aristotle said 2,500 years ago, if you know who you are, if you truly know who you are, neither friend nor foe can ever touch you. Think about that. That is astronomical. And it is tantamount to your success in anything you do in life. Very, very important. I love it. Cheryl says, I've never denied I'm weird. I love that. Great to see you, Dr. Romano. I love it. So fantastic. Okay, I want to get to this question. This was a question that was posed to me yesterday. And if you have pre-questions that you're like, Nez, I have a question I'd like to get on next week's show or whatever, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. You have to subscribe. And then when I post to the community, that's where you can post your questions, okay? So Jay-Z says, I hope Jay-Z's listening, or maybe he's going to watch on the replay. I am in my 30s and consider either going back to school or starting a few side hustles to see what takes off and turn that into a small business. I'd love to hear your thoughts on both. Oh, I love this question. I love this question. So Jay-Z, I would love to know what you're considering going to school for and why do you want to go back to school? It really depends. I think that if you're looking for stability or if you're looking for security, you're not going to get that from school. And if you're viewing side hustles or AKA side projects or whatever that you could turn into small businesses as a risk, that's untrue as well. And so what I would say is to really kind of do a self-audit and discover what it is really you want to do. First of all, make sure I'm a very practical personal branding consultant. I'm not one of these people who says, quit your job and blah, 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 blah. And no. I have much respect for W-2 earners, okay? I still, even though I run 2 successful online businesses right now, and I'm going to run more, I still teach part-time at the university. I'm still a W-2 earner. Why? Well, because I love teaching. I love my students. My teaching load has gone down dramatically, which I love because they don't pay professors jack. But it's something that invigorates me, and it's something that's coming from a place that I know I can contribute. I know I can participate. So being a business communications professor at Chapman University is a really big thing for me, and I love that. And I only teach a couple classes a semester where it fits into my time. It fits into my kind of schedule, and I can really offer a lot there. So it really depends on what it is you're wanting to do. Like if you're considering going back to school to get like a certificate or some kind of trade program, degree, certificate, what have you, where you can start earning money in a secure way, fantastic. Do that because you can still do the side hustles on the side, and if you need that to pay the bills, because it does. I also want to kind of dispel another myth, And that is that, starting an online business is an immediate kind of access to millions of dollars, and you're going to be successful right out the gate. And all you need to do is start a YouTube channel and open up a website, and the money just starts rolling in. I call that coconuts and yacht syndrome, and it's absolute bubkus. CK in the house. CK in the house. Construction Cronies. How are you, sir? It's so great to see you. Awesome live streamer and content creator. Good to see you, CK. Hope everything's doing well. And so this whole idea that it's a side hustle, yes, you can earn extra money, and yes, you can earn good money on the side, but it takes a ton of work. And you need to think of it long term, because I don't want this channel, or I don't want anything that I kind of propose or advocate for. And I talk a lot about how to do side hustles, how to earn extra money online. I have a lot of videos on my YouTube channel about that. I want you to really, in no uncertain terms, I want you to know that it takes a ton of work, and it takes time. More than anything, it takes time, but it's well worth that investment. I mean, awesomely worth that investment. And so really pay attention to that. But here's the cool thing, like, you can actually do both. And if you find that your side hustle is, getting success and gaining steam, and you're really, really into it, I always start with that inner game. If you're just feeling like, man, I'm just drawn towards that, I get so pumped up, I get electrified when I work on my side hustle, you got to know if it's in your DNA. You got to really understand that the biggest difference between running a business and working as a W-2 earner for a company is that you're working as a W-2 earner, you have a punch out time. There is no punch out time when you're running a business. You're literally working weekends, you're working nights, you're working, like me, 24/8. But see, I don't consider it work because I love doing this. And so I hope that makes sense. Really identify what it is that you feel the most invigorated about. If you don't have kids and you don't have bills that are necessity to pay, I would put off school. You said you're in your mid-30s, and so most people have kids in their mid-30s, and they don't have the luxury of choice, and I'm a big believer in just, I'm a real pragmatist. I'm a realist. And so I don't want to give any advice that's like coconuts and yachts. All these people you see on Instagram, right? Just, hey, buy my course and you're going to be a millionaire tomorrow. It just doesn't work that way. I'm sorry. I wish it did. It doesn't work that way. You can be a millionaire, but it's not tomorrow. Not next week. Shit, not even next month. Did I just curse? I apologize. YouTube, don't strike me. So think about that. If you could actually potentially do both. If the schooling is going to lead to a solid opportunity, think about doing both. I don't think you need to do one or the other. And what's cool is you can do both for now, and eventually, when you see which one starts taking off and which one starts gaining steam and gaining traction, then you can devote and make that decision. I think it's too early to make that decision, which one. Taste it and try it if you have that luxury. If you have kids and you got to pay bills and things like that, I definitely wouldn't do the side hustle first, okay? Even though if you go all in on that, you can make good money. I would, Jay-Z, think about doing both, and then working really your butt off for the next 5 years. And I mean working your butt off if you really want this to happen, because it takes a ton of work. It takes a ton of hard work and dedication, but it can happen. It's feasible. It's practical. And then see which one takes off. I hope that helps. Jay-Z. And I love that question. Very, very good. Does anybody else have any other questions at all? Leave them in the comments down below. Yes, absolutely. Dr. Romano says, teaching gives me energy, from the students' energy and vision. Yes, I love it. Sweeney's thumbs are still asleep. Why is that? Fantastic. Oh, that's so cool, Dr. Romano. Very cool. I love that. Yeah, I teach at Brandman too as well. Oh, that's so cool. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Louise says, don't drown in your sorrows because you're here for a reason. I love it. That's fantastic. You're absolutely right, Louise. Thank you so much for saying that. I really, really love that. Let's hear what CK says, something really golden here. I'm having success using my content to make more money on the contracts I do. I can be very competitive with my pricing, offer the best quality, and I make up my worth with YouTube revenue. Oh, yeah. I mean, there's just so many possibilities, y'all. Thank you so much for saying that, CK. And as we talked about on last week's show, this is not a young person's game, okay? I'm almost 50, y'all, and I feel like I just got started, and I ain't never gonna quit because I love this, and there's just so many opportunities to provide a real viable income for yourself and your family. I've got 2 kids, I got a wife, I got a mortgage, right? And plus, this is working on essential skills. You know, building a brand, building content, creating value for your audience is about building the essential skills, communication. Like I said 1,000,006 times, personal branding is not some fancy schmancy marketing phrase. Personal branding means one thing: modern communications, period. It's modern communications. We're all here to provide something. We're all here to do something, right? Even if that something is nothing, we're here to do something. Usually, if you want to advance your career and grow a business, you need to communicate who you are. No matter how good you are, no matter how many accolades you've accrued, I still need to know who you are. And so communication is the bridge to getting to where you want to go, helping the people you want to help, so you can turn it into profit. Communications, modern communications. It takes time, but it's so worth it. And there's so many opportunities. There's absolutely so much opportunities. I don't care if you're 60, 70, 80. I have a client who's 74 and he doesn't want to retire. His wife is telling him to retire, but he wants to create a podcast. And he's like, I've got a lot of wisdom. This guy was a Vietnam War vet, and he's been in the construction business for such a long time. And he has a ton of expertise and wisdom he can offer. And I'm helping him to get things started. He's like, Nez, I don't want to stop. I enjoy this. I don't feel like retiring. I like sharing my knowledge. I feel like it's time for me to give back. This guy's 74 years old. And he wants to go until he's 90. You know, he just wants to keep going. And he's got tons of energy. That passion actually works as a sort of, it almost works as sort of a life preserver. It really does. It increases your lifespan. I truly feel that it does. And so there's no age barrier. As a matter of fact, I would posit that this is more so a quote unquote, mature person's game. I don't want to say older, but most people think this is a millennial game. Most people think this is an 18 to 35-year-old game. It's just not. You, post 35, like me, have a treasure trove, a reservoir of knowledge and expertise, and you need to share that. Why not share that? And you can monetize that. You can monetize what's in your dome if you do it right. Come check out my videos. They're all free. Go check out. I've got tons of videos on how you can do this. I've got free. It's all free over at professornez.com/videos. Just go check it out. Tons of this stuff. If you have any questions, come check out our live stream show every Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific. Okay? 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, office hours, #AMA. You can ask me anything you want. I'm here to help. That's what it's all about, y'all. That is what it's all about. Look at this. Dr. Romano says, I've had students earn their masters in their 90s. And with all intents and purposes, the way medical science is going, I mean, we've got this vaccine in less than a year, which most vaccines take 8 years to produce. The way medical science is going, I'm telling you right now, we're all going to live to be $150, if not 200. I'm not sure if I want to live to be that long, but I think it's going to be viable. You notice how life expectancy goes up pretty much every single year. It goes up incrementally. So if you really, really understand this concept, and it's not just a bumper sticker theology where you really are as old as you feel, and that numbers mean nothing when you compare it to the contextualization of how you feel. That's why purpose is so important, having that sense of purpose and not keeping that purpose just for yourself. Because if you're just serving yourself and not sharing it and not inspiring, not collaborating, not having that communal aspect to what you do. And it doesn't have to be dramatic, like I'm sharing knowledge. It's not about that. It's just a powerful, it's a powerful self-generating, self-renewing energy. And it keeps you going. It just keeps you going. It's absolutely fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. KD is in the house. Mr. Kenneth Dunn Jr. Great to see you, KD. Louise says human connection is very important. Yes, leaving an impression. Thank you so much, Louise. KD says, when you have passion in your life, it's a scrumptiously, deliciously, edibly tasty, good feeling to have. Savor the flavor, baby. It's so good to see you. From Sugarland, Texas. I have not forgotten you, Mr. KD. KD's my main man in Sugarland, Texas. Love it. Absolutely love it. You guys give me so much energy. Walter Wayburn in the house, on his way to 100,000 subscribers. Great to see you, Walter. Yes, I am Construction Crony, CK. Oh, fantastic. Yes. I'm telling you right now, CK, I don't know if you know this or not, but on my YouTube channel, I've been on LinkedIn longer than any other platform. I've got over 20,000 followers. I'm an influencer on LinkedIn. My whole business eats, sleeps, and breathes on LinkedIn. I've got an entire playlist. I even just released a brand new tutorial on the latest update on how to navigate the new LinkedIn platform because they just released a brand new update. I'm telling you right now, CK, you got to go check out my playlist called LinkedIn Branding. I've got like 50 videos on there. Everything you need to know about LinkedIn. And you, CK, I'm telling you right now, and everybody listening and watching, LinkedIn is like taking over. LinkedIn is becoming the ultimate personal branding platform. You know why? Especially if you want to make the money, aka money, 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 y'all. Sugarland, Texas. The company decision makers, the top business executives and professionals, the people who can pay you and make all the decisions, eat, sleep, and breathe on LinkedIn. So YouTube, I'm all in on YouTube because YouTube is one of the ultimate evergreen platforms. Better than Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. TikTok is something that everybody needs to take a look at because not only is it fun and invigorating, but it's unbelievably viable for business. And you can work on your video camera branding skills, which I think are going to be just as essential as math, science, technology, and engineering. Your ability to brand yourself on camera is going to be a huge, huge in-demand skill. I think content creators are going to actually have positions in companies. Chief Livestream Officer. How good does that sound? How good does that sound? Introducing Mr. Construction Cronies, who is our Chief Livestream Officer here at Paragon Industries. Tell me that doesn't sound amazing. That sounds awesome. But yeah, if you go to my YouTube channel, one of my major top playlists is LinkedIn. It's all about LinkedIn. Everything you need to know about LinkedIn. Profile, content, branding, the featured section. I've got a keynote presentation that I gave all about LinkedIn that's in there. You got to check out. It's phenomenal. Go check that out immediately. Yes, you need to check that out for sure. Yes, Bush 1900. You need, as a matter of fact, Sweeney, are you in the house? Can you share the link to that playlist if you don't mind, Sweeney? Sweeney, are you still here? Or Luis, somebody share the link to that playlist. I would really, really appreciate it. Yes, absolutely. Okay, we got another question from Larry Snow. I love it. Larry, and I want to say something, man. I love what you're doing with YouTube Shorts too, brother. So great. Yes, Monet, making that Monet. There's nothing wrong. Hello, excuse me, Tio. When did it become evil to want to make money? I don't know about you, y'all, but, money is pretty damn important. And so there's nothing evil or wrong about wanting more and earning more and knowing your value and knowing your worth. Of course, money is not everything. Of course, money doesn't lead to happiness. Of course, money is not going to solve all your problems, but it does solve a lot. I'm going to be honest. It does solve a lot. Hello. My students always ask me, hey, Nez, why do you work 24/8? And I say, you know why I work 24/8? Why? Because my wife likes Louis Vuitton purses. And that stuff's expensive. Okay, Larry has a question. Have you guys smashed the smash button, by the way? Have you shared this on Twitter? I want to know if you shared this on Twitter. For the love of God, you need to share this on Twitter. We got 13 likes. I want to get that to 20, y'all. Hit that like button. Share this out. I want this to be shared out, for the love of God. Please do that. Okay, we got a question here. I love this. This is a great question from Larry Snow. And I've got, by the way, before I answer this question, you can go check out my academy if you want to, Larry, and I think you probably already have, and our eternal sponsor here on Nez Nation Live. If you are enjoying everything that I'm saying and you're getting value, you're like, Nez, I want to do it. I want to build my brand. I want to earn money with my expertise. I want to build a coaching, consulting business. I want to engage. I want to monetize my expertise. Go check out our multiple award-winning 5-star courses over at beyondtheboxacademy.com. Phenomenal! Phenomenal! I have to turn into Don Corleone when I say that. I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse. You know, this guy, Professor Nez, he really knows his stuff. He's phenomenal. If you want to know everything about branding, and if you want to know everything about how to make money online, you got it. Now I'm starting to sound like I started to add a little Puerto Rican accent in there. I'm going to do a cross between Scarface and Don Corleone. So what you want to do, you little cockroach, what you want to do, you little cockroach, is you want to go to Beyond the Box Academy, because that's where you're going to learn everything. Beyond the Box Academy. Come on, man. What's wrong with you, man? Okay, I'm sorry. I'll stop. I'll stop. I apologize. So this is how you do it. Okay, awesome. Awesome, CK. So, Larry, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. So, first of all, don't charge too little. Whatever you do, don't. I made this mistake. My very first course 5-10 years ago was like $50. And I remember doing a test with my audience. And everybody's like, what in the world are you talking about? Like, who wants to buy a $50 course? That sounds like a joke, right? It's really, really important that you do two things. Number one, don't price it too low because you put a lot of hard work and time. And then number two, here's how you decide what you should charge for your online course. Do a little bit of market research. Find out what other people are charging in your specific niche. Niche or niche? Somebody tell me in the chat, what do you call it? Is it niche as in N-E-E-S-H? Write in N-E-E-S-H, or is it niche? The riches are in the niches. I like to say niche. I think niche or niche. Is it niche? Because I know it's a French term. Let me know in the chat, which one is it? Is it niche or niche? Thank you, Sweeney. Okay, Sweeney just put the playlist in there. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So look at other people in your niche or niche. Find out people who have really had success with their online courses and see what they're charging for their courses. If it's something that is, you know, maybe and don't feel reticent or apprehensive about charging more than what you think. If you're like, Nez, I was thinking maybe $99, do $197. If you're thinking, Nez, I was thinking $297, do $397. Okay, I think a good range is $397 to $597 for courses. Because think about it. You put a lot of time, energy, and people are not paying for how long your course is. They're paying for convenience. Don't ever forget this. They're paying for convenience. They want their problem to be solved. So don't ever think of yourself as selling a course. Nobody wants to buy a course, but they'll buy transformation. This is so huge. You want to talk about marketing 101? You want to talk about marketing and branding mastery? If you can navigate and revise your message around that one philosophy and principle, it'll change everything. It'll change your content. It'll change your brand. It'll change your business. It'll change your marketing. It'll change your sales, everything. You're not selling products. You're selling change. You're selling transformation. You're selling a solution. Always remember that. Very, very important. Yeah, okay, Larry. Well then, so Larry has another follow-up question to this, which is fantastic. So Larry says, but Nez, my prices vary widely from 100 to 1,000. So here's what I would do. I would find out which one of those courses seems the most reasonable and practical. Look at how close the course is to yours. And if it's worth $997 or $1,000, then I don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, there's tons of courses out there that sell for $997 to $1,000. Now, the people who usually can offer that much have really got a lot of years and ethos and credibility and audience. I still think you can charge that, but you might want to start somewhere in the median, start somewhere in the middle, 300 to 400, and just see how that goes. And then as you grow, as you really see that your course is helping and transforming a lot of people, don't be afraid to experiment and go a little bit higher. And you can do that sort of incrementally. And also you can kind of do as an incentive to people. You can say, this is a great marketing kind of tactic, and it's not a tactic, it's just a real smart strategy. You can say, price is right now $397, but it's going to go to $597 in less than 2 weeks. So now's your chance to get it at this rock bottom price. So you can do stuff like that. $197 to start and raise it to either $297. It is 3 hours long. I would actually start it at $297 if I were you, Larry, especially 3 hours. I mean, 3 hours is a lot. So I would definitely start it at $297, maybe even start at $397, and then kind of see if you can go up, because 3 hours is a lot. And I know you, Larry, you provide insane value. Don't sell yourself short. But also, it's important, this is just a suggestion from me, it's important to trust your own instincts. And so if your instincts are telling you, Nez, I'm going to do $197, you can build your email list. You're going to get emails. And so you may have a lot more signups and a lot more registrants with it being, but this is another myth I'd like to dispel, is a lot of people think, well, nobody's going to buy my course if I price it too high. It's actually funny, and do your research. The opposite is true. Actually, the higher you price it, it almost puts more value, right, on the actual content, on the actual course. And people think, well, it must be worth that because it must be a premium course because it's priced at that level. So think about that. It's really, really important to understand that. Yes, I have two LinkedIn pages. I've got my company page, my digital consulting business, and then my profile, Professor Nez. That's the one that you want to follow, where I put out all the content. And I mean, you can follow my business page too, but the actual my actual LinkedIn profile, and I'll put a link to my actual profile, not my company page. That's where I've got, over 200 plus recommendations from actual clients. And, here's my LinkedIn profile. I'll put it in the comments. What a great question, Larry. Thank you so much for asking that. That's a really, really great question. I love that question. And so I just put my LinkedIn profile. Make sure you follow me on LinkedIn, and if we're not already there. So I hope that helps, Larry. I would actually charge more than that if it's a 3 hour long course. And I know you, Larry, you provide insane value. You'd be surprised that charging that higher price, I think $197 is too low. I would say at the very least go $297. And incrementally increase that as you start seeing the results. Did you validate this idea for this course before you actually created it, or did you create it knowing that you have an audience that's willing to go there with you? I'm just curious about that. That's really interesting. Good for you, man. I'm so proud of you. If you're just joining us right now, make sure you ask us a question. You're watching Office Hours with yours truly. I am your personal branding coach, executive career coach, online business owner, and strategist. We go live every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you smash that smash button. Make sure you subscribe and follow wherever you're watching us, because we go live every Sunday, and I bring insane amounts of value. And I'd love to see you here. Podcast listeners. By the way, how many of you guys listen to podcasts? I don't know if you guys know this, but we've got the number one podcast on Apple for personal branding for this niche. And so I'm going to show you where we're at on Apple. And plus, we're still doing our contest. We're doing a contest. Okay. Let me first screen share real fast. We're on Spotify as well. We're doing our free online mentoring coaching program, where you can actually get a free opportunity to come join us on the live stream and get free coaching from me. on anything, career advancement, online business, branding, whatever it is, messaging, mindset, whatever you need, help with. And I charge thousands of dollars for my coaching sessions. And so this is an opportunity to get for free. And how you enter the contest, we pick a random winner, is you go to Apple Podcasts. This is our podcast right here. We have over 107 five-star ratings. This podcast has been going for 4+ years. And we have over 100 episodes. And so all you need to do is go write us a 5-star review, screenshot that, share it on any social media, tag me in it, and you automatically enter the contest. So we're also on Spotify too. So let me show you where we're at on Spotify. We are on Spotify as well. If you listen to Spotify, we're there as well. And so I'd love to, you can go there. But the contest, I have to be honest, the contest is really for Apple. And I'll tell you why. It's because Apple, yes, look at KD. KD says go $397. I love that. He says go $397. Thank you so much, Larry. I hope that was helpful, man. I really would go high on that. 3 hours, that's a long amount of time, brother. CK says, I've been charging $30 per 30-minute session. It's been working well. Most of them are young guys just starting. You could charge a hell of a lot more than that, CK, with your wisdom and with your knowledge. You could charge at least $199. People will pay for it. I'm telling you right now, I've got $1,000 packages for 60-minute sessions with me, okay? And so, I've been doing this for over 2 decades, but still, CK, you can charge a lot more than that. Think about it. The iPhone costs almost $2,000, right? A new TV costs $600-700, right? If you're giving them wisdom and knowledge to help them change their lives and not just some stupid appliance that they don't really need, they're going to buy that, right? Louis Vuitton purses are $2,000, $3,000. So you're selling transformation. You're helping them solve their problems. This is huge. Okay, so this is our podcast on Spotify. So we're also on Google Podcasts and Stitcher, which I think Stitcher just got bought out. It's interesting about Spotify, the Joe Rogan contract is a really kind of major game changer, and I think a major shift in Spotify's kind of business acumen and growth. Spotify is, last I heard, they're introducing something called Stories. It might already actually be out. I know everything has stories now. Twitter has fleets now, which is just insane. It's all over the place. But it's also an indication of where branding is going and communication is going. Vertical video. Look at YouTube Shorts. Vertical video is big. Vertical video is something to really consider and think about. And TikTok is a great place to kind of hone and craft your creative storytelling vertical video skills. But also Spotify is really trying to compete with YouTube and Google. Spotify is going to be introducing video, a video platform, not just music, not just audio, not just podcasting. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to tell everybody listening right now, what is it, December 5th, 2020? I'm going to be bold here and make a bold kind of prediction. I think Spotify is going to become a competing video platform. Facebook Watch, never mind Facebook Watch. Instagram and IGTV, no. LinkedIn video, yes, but no. YouTube still owns video. But I'm going to pay attention. If I were you too, I would do this too. Pay attention to see what Spotify does over the next 18 months. 2021, 2022, Spotify is going to be something of a contender, not just with audio, not just with podcasting, video. Very, very big. Very, very big. That's so cool. Listen, look at that. Dude, Larry, this could be $1,000 course. If you're talking about something as important, there is not a company, there's not a business alive now that cannot survive without having some kind of an online presence. They have to really be on these platforms. They have to. This is because everybody in business, everybody who's trying to advance their career, advance their business growth is in the attention business, and you got to go where the attention is. We're all in the attention business, right? And so it's really, really important that you go where the eyeballs and earballs are. That's what I always say. It's all about eyeballs and earballs. I know that's a crude image, but it's true. It's all about these two dudes and these two dudes. It's eyes and ears, baby. And so, if you're selling that convenience, if a lot of people have this qualm too about online courses. They say, well, Nez, how can I charge that much when all this stuff, they can find all this stuff on YouTube for free or online for free? Of course they can, but it's about time. It's about time. Time is what you're giving back to people. Yes, they can find everything that you're talking about in your online course, your $1,500, $397, $200 course. Yes, they can find all that stuff, all the information for free online, but they will be spending tons of hours trying to find all the information where you give it to them succinctly in one small, convenient, step-by-step place. You're selling convenience, y'all. That's why my academy's been successful, is because I understand the positioning. I understand the branding of it. And you don't even have to be an expert. Here's another beautiful gem when it comes to monetizing your expertise through digital information products, ebooks, courses, etc. You don't have to be doing it for as long as I've been doing it, over 2 decades. You just have to be a little bit more experienced than the person who's going to be buying it. So for example, if you've owned a restaurant for 2 years, well, hey, you could build a course on, you've learned a lot in those 2 years. Even if, let's just say it's 1 year, you have owned and ran a restaurant for 12 months, for a year. You've learned a ton. You've made a ton of mistakes. You've learned a lot about what it takes to run a successful business in a restaurant business in that year. Somebody who's just starting, who has maybe in the back of their mind, they're thinking, man, I would love to, I really feel it in me that I could run a business, I could open up a restaurant, and I could do it right. You could sell that individual is like hot, a warm lead, a hot lead. They could get a ton of information, learning everything that you learned and fast tracking their success. I mean, it's just phenomenal. It's a mindset thing. That's why I talk a lot about this. The reason you don't want to price it too high is because you're making decisions for an audience who hasn't even made a decision yet. Try it out. Go higher. I'm with KD. Go higher. Yes, absolutely, Larry. Absolutely. It's a trusted source. Does anybody else have any other questions? Please leave them in the comments down below. It has been so fun and so awesome hanging with y'all. I love it. I do this every single Sunday. And who knows, maybe during Christmas break, I might do this. I might go live even more often. So you need to subscribe. You need to hit that bell notification. You need to follow me. You need to turn on all live notifications, because this is the most fun, happening, hippest, thriving, jumping, banging live stream out there. Nez Nation Live. Where else do you want to be? I mean, where else do you want to be? This is it. And this is where you can not only learn about practical, real skills for your personal life and your professional life, but also have fun and hang out with y'all, hang out with me, hang out with Nez Nation, hang out with the ultimate community. I mean, for the love of God. Oh, you should, Walter. You definitely should. Bush 1900. Good question. Bush says, where is the #1 place to sell your online course or host it? So, I mean, there's plenty. That's a real kind of, that's a good question, but honestly, I don't think it really matters. There's a ton of platforms where you can host it. I personally use Teachable, although I have to be honest, I'm not super, super happy with Teachable, but I know there's places like Kajabi and, there's tons of platforms out there that you can host your courses. You could even host them, I think, on, I use ConvertKit as my email platform, and you could even host courses on there and sell digital products that way too. Use your own website too, if you want to. I use Teachable. It's been good with me. It's been fine with me. I may go into Kajabi, or I know there's other ones out there that are really, really viable. But that is not super, super important where you host it. I think what's super important if you want to sell digital products is to really identify your target audience. You're going to have to do some paid advertising unless you've got millions of subscribers and followers and you've got thousands and hundreds of thousands of email list on your email list. Building your email list is huge. I'm going to talk about that in a video coming up very soon. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. Any of those platforms are really, really good and viable. And also, I talk a lot about this too. Don't be afraid of Skillshare and Udemy to kind of test out. Especially with Skillshare, you can kind of test out your idea and put just kind of clips or certain modules and just see what the reaction is. And Udemy is just kind of like this Walmart for online courses. It's like the Walmart. And I have a few things up there too that I've just kind of repurposed some YouTube content, and I've kind of edited it and made it into a sort of course, if you will. And that earns me passive income every month, a couple $100, which is just easy. It just sits there and earns money for me. And you can do that too. I would actually recommend maybe even starting with Udemy and Skillshare, and just especially if you've never sold a course before. If you're doing it right, like I know Larry he understands the power of email lists and the structure and the infrastructure. But if you're just starting out, you've never sold a course, created a course, or done anything like that, don't be afraid to use Udemy or Skillshare, because those are great places that you can earn passive income and really test out and kind of see the quality. The reviews are pretty accurate, and they've got a pretty staunch security system with their reviewing. And so they've actually been able to really vet what the reviews are. They legitimate or not? And most people do leave legitimate reviews. And so maybe try that out first. Test that out. Sweeney, are you still with me? I don't know if you know it or not. I don't know if you can sense it, but there is a sneeze coming. Oh my God. I think it might be coming more. Oh, here it is. It's just inevitable, y'all. It's going to happen sooner or later. Professor Nez is going to sneeze in a live stream. Snez Nation. Give me a hashtag Snez Nation in the chat right now. I don't know what it is, but it is kind of brisk and chilly this Southern California morning. But there he is. Thank you. Thank you, Sweeney. I knew I could count on you. It's so good to see you. My main mod. What happened to Silver Fox? Silver Fox, you still here? Where's Darlene? Usually Darlene is hip happening in the chat. I really, really appreciate you guys being here. I hope you do subscribe to the podcast. And hey, guess what? If you have any questions that, I can get to next week, feel free to leave them in the comments down below, or feel free to tag me on Twitter, and say, hey, Nez, here's a question for next week. And I will answer it for you. I will answer it for you next week. So if you have any question, please. And also, again, in the community tab on my YouTube channel, I post the day before. Get your question ready now. Write it down. I post the day before the live stream in the community tab on my YouTube channel. But you have to subscribe so you can be a part of it and hit all the notifications. And you can ask your questions in that thread, and I'll get to them. Yes, Bush 1900. Is your personal branding 101 course all videos, or is there more media you put in there? There's more media I put in there. There's a ton of media I put in there, but yes, 99% of my courses are all video. I'm really a big believer in video modules, but I do have helpful documents and PDFs that kind of align and complement the videos, so that you can kind of take your learning to an extra stage, an extra level. And so I do have some attached documents. And if you don't see any in there, just send me a message and I'll send them to you personally if you do decide to get the course. And by the way, really quickly, these courses have been reduced over 60%. And because of COVID, I felt like I needed to do that. So if you go to beyondtheboxacademy.com, you will see the flagship course that Bush 1900 is talking about. I love that name, by the way, Bush. It is our flagship course. It's the same amount of hours that Larry's is, a little bit over 3 hours, I think. Multiple award winning, tons of awards and recognitions for being one of the best courses on personal branding. And so go check out that flagship course. And we have other courses too at beyondtheboxacademy.com. These courses are just a couple $100s now. They used to be thousands of dollars, and now they're just a couple hundred. So this is the time to get them. I don't know when they're going to go back up. They may go back up to normal price very, very soon. So make sure you go to beyondtheboxacademy.com. If you're like, Nez, you know what? I want to take this one step further. You know what, Nez? I want to know more. I want to learn how to build my brand step by step, easy to follow, comprehensive, holding your hand the entire way, showing you everything you need to know about building, starting, beginning, growing, earning money with your personal brand. We have courses on communication, mindset, anxiety, resume, building a resume template from scratch. We're creating more courses. We're going to have some LinkedIn courses in there, some online business courses in there. We got a ton of stuff on the way. Go check out beyondtheboxacademy.com. Is that Just Samson? Just Samson in the house. How are you, sir? I hope you're doing really, really well. It's good to see you, Just Samson. I know you've been kind of coming at the tail end of these live streams, but it's always good to see you, my friend. Always good to see you. Oh, that's a great question. I have to answer that. Thank you, Bush. Bush says, where did you come up with the idea or the name Beyond the Box Academy? What does that mean? Great question. Fantastic question. So this is what it means. I've been a business communications professor, a fiction creative writing professor for over 18 years. And, you know, it actually came from one of my students. And so, you know, my biggest kind of advocacy in my classes was that, you know, I said a lot of things that actually got me in a lot of trouble with the university. And it was fine with me. I had no problem. But I really personally never cared about grades in my classes. So my criteria, I mean, I didn't even have rubrics really in any of my classes. My biggest criteria was to really work your butt off, do your best, and just turn things in on time, because that's what happens in the real world. And so, you know, when I'd explain this, usually on the first day or second day or first week of class, I would say the reason I don't care about grades is because what matters most to me in my classes is that everything that we talk about, everything that we learn, everything that we teach in this class goes beyond this box called the classroom. And so I would always do that. And that was kind of like my first lecture. And new students would be blown away because they'd never heard professors say things like this. They'd never seen a professor like me because I ain't your average professor. And so Beyond the Box Academy was the perfect name. It is really indicative of these are things that you can take beyond this box, any box, whether it be a frame, a classroom, a room where you, or even your screen. It has to go beyond that. If it doesn't, then it's not true. Then it's not real learning. And so, yeah, I know. Can you see it? You can sense it, can you? I mean, Sweeney, you've become an expert on this. I love it. So great to see you, Sweeney. And so that's the reason why I call it Beyond the Box Academy, because everything that you get from me, hopefully, is my biggest aim, my biggest goal is that you can take it beyond this box. You can take it into your life, your personal life, your professional life. You can enjoy the fruits of that teaching outside of this box. That's the whole purpose. That's the whole reason behind the name. Doesn't he go earlier? I thought he went earlier, Just Samson. I thought he was a lot earlier. Doesn't he go at 8? Or does he go the same time that we do? Interesting. I thought he went a lot earlier with his stream. He's just an absolute, man, he is just a live streaming machine. Pat is going absolutely bonkers. I mean, it's just fantastic to see him. He's been going something like 300 days straight or something. It's just out of this world. Yes, that too, Larry. Absolutely. Absolutely that too. Elbow cough sanitizer, yes. Don't worry, I sanitize my face before this stream. So Bush 1900, I hope that helps. I hope that makes sense. So great to see you guys. Well, hey, I have a client meeting that I need to get going to, but I just want to say again from the bottom of my heart, It means the absolute world to me to see you guys every Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I might go live. I might change things up. So you want to make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit all notifications. Make sure you hit that, smash that like button, and share this out with people who you think, tag people who you think could get a lot of use out of this, and tell them why they could get a lot of use out of this. It just means the absolute world to me. I love seeing you guys. I love being here every single week. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast too. We're on Apple, we're on Spotify. Just open up your mobile phone or your app and just type in Professor Nez and you'll see this logo right here. Make sure you subscribe. And again, if you want to go beyond, we've got 60% off most of the courses and beyondtheboxacademy.com. I just love you guys, man. I don't know what else to say. I absolutely love you guys. And it just means the absolute world to me. Oh, okay. Very cool. Very cool. Thank you, Jess Sampson. I just absolutely love you guys. You guys really, really make me, you invigorate me, and you just make me feel that so welcomed and so a part of this awesome community, and you just make me feel fantastic. So big kudos to you, Nez Nation. Love you guys to death. I hope to God to see you guys next Sunday. And I hope you have a absolutely wonderful week. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, and have a wonderful, wonderful week. I'll see you next Sunday. Thank you so much.